You gotta stay fueled while you're making food. Guys, this ketchup, it's gonna blow your mind. It's so good. You're doing so good.
I'm doing it.
You're doing it. You can lick this bowl. I'm just gonna fix some of them. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a toddler-friendly meal prep. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been highly requested. The last one we did, we actually had Sage helping us out. I think she was only 2. She was such a little baby. Whoa. And now she's like gonna be 3 in just a few weeks. If I look very pregnant, it's because I am. I'm actually almost 40 weeks, so I thought this would be a perfect time to make these recipes so that they are prepped and ready to go in the freezer for when baby comes. That way Sage will have lots of recipes to enjoy while mom and dad are struggling with 2 kids. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I also have a ton of other meal prep videos for babies, infants, toddlers, all the things. I will link it up here. Let's hop in. We have a lot to cook and they're all really easy recipes, which is essential when you are cooking for kids. First recipe we're making are my Good Morning Waffles, which is a recipe from my new cookbook, the Toddler HealthNut Cookbook, which has over 30 recipes that are picky toddler approved, and honestly the whole family will love them. These waffles have just a few simple ingredients: eggs, almond flour, yogurt, some coconut flour, baking powder, vanilla, and that is it. And you just need a waffle maker. I love this little mini one. I'll link it down below. We're gonna add in our eggs into a bowl. Honestly, this recipe is so easy. I've basically memorized it at this point. Adding in our vanilla. You can also add stuff like blueberries, sprinkles, chocolate chips, whatever your little ones enjoy to the batter. But honestly, I love this recipe because it kind of just tastes like your standard basic waffles, which kids love, like basic beige food. But joke's on them because these ones are high in protein and they're actually going to sustain them for the morning. The yogurt I used was Greek, but you can also use coconut if you want something that's dairy-free. Adding almond flour, coconut flour, and baking powder. Give it a quick whisk until smooth. Our mini waffle maker is heated. I'm gonna just use some avocado oil, give it a quick spray, just adding in my batter, letting it cook usually for about 2.5 minutes, and repeat. If you have a bigger waffle maker, it would be a lot faster, but I only have this little one, which is nice because it doesn't take up too much room. Okay, I feel like this recipe makes about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 waffles. Probably should have double batched it, but you know what? They're pretty hearty. Usually she'll only eat like 1.5. Waffles are done. We usually just serve these with either breakfast sausages or maple syrup and berries. I'm gonna let them fully cool before popping them into the freezer for meal prep. This full recipe, like I said, is in the Toddler HealthNut Cookbook. Definitely take advantage. There's so many delicious recipes and lots of items for breakfast if that's a hard meal for you. Our daughter doesn't eat yogurt, eggs, or oatmeal, so breakfast is really a struggle for us, but she loves a good waffle or a pancake in the morning. For snacks, I'm first gonna make my sour cherry gummy animals, also from the Toddler HealthNut Cookbook, although we are switching it up a bit because the store was all out of tart cherry juice, so we're doing wild blueberry. So this is a fun recipe. You can really use any juice that you want. I love it because it's made with grass-fed gelatin, which is really good for the gut, and it also just adds some protein to the snack. It's naturally sweetened with honey, and then we have some lemon juice for that sour kick. So easy to put together. All you need for like special equipment are these gummy molds, which I will link. First thing we're gonna do is bloom our gelatin. So I have some cold water and I'm just gonna sprinkle on my gelatin over top, and it's gonna kind of soak up the liquid and kind of get jelly-like. And we wanna do this before we melt everything down and add it to our molds. Set that aside for 5 minutes. I wanna give this wild blueberry juice a try. Ooh, oh, that's really good. In a small saucepan, we're gonna add in our juice, and we also need some lemon juice. We're just gonna squeeze that in. Nature's sourness. And then to that, we're gonna add in our honey. This is also the time, if you wanna add anything like an elderberry syrup or anything for cold and flu season, you can sneak it right into this and your kids won't even know. Our gelatin is almost done blooming. We're gonna add it to the pan and then warm it up over the stovetop just until it melts. You don't wanna actually bring it to a boil. You just want it melted and warm. Everything looks good and melted. I'm going to just transfer the liquid into my little animal molds. There's so many ones that you can get, but I like these ones because they're not like super, super tiny. Some of them are just like so small. You're gonna be there all day. This is also a great time to get your little ones involved. Sage loves using these little droppers to like grab the liquid and pour it in. Just fill them up. We got some bears, monkeys, lions, elephants, and penguins. Super cute. She's at daycare right now, if you're wondering. So mommy is doing this solo. but she will enjoy these when she gets home. It's almost therapeutic in a way, very relaxing. If you don't have time for this, a quick hack is just taking like a glass container, filling it up, and then it'll just kind of be like Jell-O. Like you just cut it up and serve it like Jell-O. If you don't have the molds, you can still make this and enjoy it. The molds make it really fun and just like easier to pack into their lunch boxes. I'm gonna transfer these to the fridge to cool and set. They only take a couple of hours. Once they're done setting, I'm gonna pop them out and store them in a container. I usually just like to keep them in the fridge so they stay fresh longer. Also, as a fun little giveaway for you parents at home, I'm gonna give away 5 cookbooks to you guys. You guys can pick if you want the baby one or the toddler one. All you have to do is comment down below what meal of the day is the hardest for you and your family. What do you struggle with the most? Let me know and you'll be entered to win. Also, extra bonus points if you thumbs up this video and make sure you are subscribed. You gotta stay fueled while you're making food. Next up, I'm making my baked crispy chicken nuggets. This is like your homemade version of a Happy Meal. We're gonna do nuggets, fries, homemade ketchup. Guys, this ketchup, it's gonna blow your mind. It's so good. Only a few ingredients. It's actually really easy to make homemade nuggets, so I'm gonna show you. I have some ground chicken. To that, we're gonna add our spices. I have some Italian seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, onion, salt, pepper. We're gonna add in an egg. You know what's so mean? People cracking eggs on their toddler's head. Like, that's so mean. If you wanna do this egg-free, probably just omit it and do like a flax egg or just completely take it out. We're only gonna do half the breadcrumbs because we need the rest for rolling. And I'm gonna grate my carrot. The trick I find for getting veggies into your kids' food is to, if you're gonna grate it, use the fine grater. I find the larger one just makes them more like textury and visible, and I know my daughter does not like it. That being said, I think it's important for your kids to see their veggies too. Just some of the recipes I make, there's like sneaky veggies in them. You could also do like grated broccoli, zucchini. I just think the carrot blends in easily into the chicken and it doesn't add in too much moisture. We're gonna add the carrot and it's just like nice and fluffy when you grate it like this. Now using your hands, we're gonna just mix it all together and get everything nicely combined. Oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and using a cookie scoop, I'm just gonna take some of the mixture and you can make them into whatever shapes you want and try to make them look like McDonald's nuggets. You're gonna roll them in the breadcrumbs and place them on our cookie sheet and repeat. And I'm actually giving away the full recipe for this as a little teaser for the cookbook. So if you wanna get it, make sure you check the blog post down below, download the recipe and make it for your kids and let me know what they think. You have to make it with the ketchup though. They look so cute, ready to go in the oven. Anytime I'm baking something like this in the oven, I like to spray it with oil first to kind of give it that crispy, almost fried like texture on the outside. And I love this gadget because you can add any oil that you want and you just pump it. You don't have to worry about using one of those aerosol cans, which also are kind of expensive. So you just fill this up with whatever oil you want and spray it. We're gonna pop this into the oven for 10 minutes, flip, spray, back into the oven for another 10. Next up, we're making a super easy, literally 5-minute sugar-free ketchup. This is a homemade ketchup recipe your kids are going to love. You're probably gonna love it too. I've tried so many healthier ketchup options from the grocery store, and this one is by far my favorite. I didn't even realize how easy it was to make ketchup, but you have to have the right portions of tomato and vinegars and sweetness and spices in order for it actually to taste like ketchup. This is like one of my favorite tools. I talk about it all the time. It's a mini food processor and it's so great for like salsa, guacamole, even just making small dips like ketchup like this. The nice thing about this recipe too is that it uses pantry staples. We have tomato paste, spices, apple cider vinegar, water, white vinegar, and maple syrup for sweetness. I have tried this recipe with medjool dates, but I do like the maple syrup. It blends up easy and it gives it that like shiny traditional ketchup look. We're gonna dump everything into the food processor, whiz it up, and you're ready to just chill it in the fridge for all the flavors to combine. Look at that, ketchup. It tastes like ketchup, it's crazy. I personally like leaving it in the fridge a little bit just to chill and also for the flavors to really come together, but you can eat it right away. It even has that like glossy texture that ketchup has. Pop the lid on and I'm gonna transfer this to the fridge to chill. Next, we're gonna make Matt's famous baked homemade fries. I feel like you're the one that started this.
Yeah, well, like this thing's convenient to be able to like make your own home fries. So
yeah, I have this contraption. I got off Amazon. I will link it in the blog post. I'm too pregnant to do this. You need a little bit of muscle and I have no abs right now. He's gonna slice them up. He makes these all the time for Sage and it's like way better than takeout. The trick I find is you need a fry cutter, high temperature on the oven and lots of oil and you're golden. I laid them out across 2 sheets just so they don't overcrowd. If you crowd them too much, they're gonna get soggy and not crispy. I'm gonna drizzle some oil, give it a good massage so that everything is well coated in the oil. And season with some flaky salt. These are gonna go into the oven. I'm gonna have all the instructions listed in the blog post down below. And because we're doing 2 trays, we're gonna flip them halfway. I don't know about your kids, but my toddler is a hummus monster. So easy to make. And the recipe I'm making is actually from the Baby HealthNut cookbook, which was designed for like ages 6 months to 12 months and up. And this is a little bit of a different spin. There's no chickpeas in it. It is a zucchini edamame hummus. It tastes so good. Extra veggies in there, protein. Your kids won't even notice the difference, and it's homemade, so you know what's going into it. And right now we have a special promotion. When you order both of the baby and the toddler HealthNut cookbook as a bundle, you actually save 15% off. So I'll have that link down below. Both of them have over 30 recipes. So if you have more than 1 kid and they're different ages, you definitely want to get both. And even the baby HealthNut cookbook has so many recipes going into toddlerhood. First thing we're gonna do is actually just steam our zucchini. I just peeled and chopped it, and frozen edamame. I just get it already shelled. It just makes it easier. I'm gonna steam that, and then we're just gonna blend everything up, and that's it. It's so easy. And for spices, I have salt, pepper, and cumin. The recipe in the ebook actually doesn't call for salt because it's for ages under 12, but if you're giving this to a toddler, definitely add a little salt. Pop the lid on and blend until smooth. Now it's gonna be still warm, so you don't wanna serve it right away. I'm gonna transfer this to a container, and then I'm gonna let it chill in the fridge, and it's gonna thicken up and also cool down. So we're gonna also prep some cucumber, and I want to show you guys these fun little cutters that I recently got from Amazon. I've been using these for her lunchbox for daycare, and it's actually made her more excited to eat her veggies. So we're gonna slice our cucumber. I've only really done this with cucumber. You can do it with cheese, cold cuts, turkey slices. I've done little hearts out of strawberries. If you have picky eaters at home, little stuff like this can really go a long way. I like this large flower one for cucumbers because it basically gets like the whole thing. You get a little flower shape. And then the scraps, you can eat them, you can throw them into a salad, but she'll sometimes eat the peel as well. Okay, so this is actually a recipe from my first cookbook, and oh, yeah, we can go in any order, that's fine. I made these for Sage the other week and she loves them. They're raw chocolate chip cookie dough bites. Okay, so we have almond flour, vanilla extract, maple syrup. She's just getting right in there. Good job. No. So usually you start with the wet ingredients first, but we're using cashew butter, and this is what's gonna make it taste legit like raw chocolate chip cookie dough. Thank you. You wanna lick it? I usually will double batch this in like my stand mixer and just make a ton, but we're just making 1 batch today. The only thing I'm doing different is having the chocolate chips, and we're gonna add some sprinkles. These are just natural food dye sprinkles. Can you sprinkle some salt? Okay. No, just a little bit, just a little. Ooh, that's a lot, okay. Thank you. Hang on, we gotta mix it before we eat these. Wait. You wanna try a little bit? Yes. When you're cooking or baking with toddlers, they're always gonna be sampling. Can we add our chocolate chips? Whoa, okay, whoa. Chew that good. It's good? Okay, add our chocolate. I knew she's gonna sample it. Okay, we can have some too, but put some in there. This is a meltdown waiting to happen. Okay, put some in there though. We need some for our cookies. Okay. Okay, 1 for Sagey, 1 for here. Good job. Let's mix that up. Tell me that doesn't look like cookie dough, because it sure tastes like it. So now we're going to take a small cookie scoop. Normally in my recipe, I just make them like a ball, but I'm actually gonna do these ones a little bit flatter, like a cookie.
I'm too bowl for the cookie. We eat it.
Okay, hang on. Having your kids in the kitchen definitely takes a lot of patience, but I do feel like they learn a lot of stuff. Like patience is one of them. I think it's like patience on both parts. Pat, pat, pat. Okay, put on here. 1 for Sagey. You could add shredded coconut to this. You could do dried cranberries if you don't want to do chocolate chips or raisins, but they're such a great little protein energy snack after nap time or home from daycare. You're doing so good.
I'm doing it.
You're doing it. You can lick this bowl. I'm just gonna pick some of them. Okay, we're gonna put these in the fridge. Sage is eating all the sprinkles. It's fine. Cookie dough tastes way better when it's cold. I'm also gonna prep some berries. I'm just gonna pre-wash them, get them all ready in the fridge to have throughout the week. This is a great side for breakfast or snack time. Sage is actually really picky when it comes to fruit, but she does like berries, specifically blackberries, funny enough. I like to soak it in a splash of vinegar and water. Do you like blueberries?
No.
Do you like strawberries?
No.
Do you like blackberries?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. I'm gonna set these aside for 10 minutes. I'm just draining off excess water. You wanna make sure you give them a really good rinse because of that vinegar. And then I'm just gonna pour them out on a tea towel. And the trick is you want them completely dry before you put them back in the fridge to store them. And they're just ready to go. I can chop them, add them to pancakes, muffins, whatever I want. Pro tip, when it comes to veggies, it is so much easier to get frozen because they're usually already trimmed, washed, ready just to like steam up and cook. And one of my favorites that I feel like does not taste soggy when you cook it from frozen are green beans. Just gonna steam them up for probably about 5 minutes. Sage loves green beans and they're kind of like a fun, you can call them green French fry. And then I just dress them really simple with olive oil, garlic powder, salt and pepper. And then this is a great side to add to any meal throughout the week. If you wanna get really fancy, you can add fresh garlic, lemon juice, some Parmesan cheese, but this is just like how I like to do it quickly. Taste for seasoning. Oh, look at all your yummy food Mommy prepped. What animal do you want? What's that one?
The teddy.
It's teddy bear. I'm gonna have where you can find all the recipes linked down below on my blog post. Some of them are in the cookbooks, but I'm gonna give you the nuggets as a freebie bonus, so definitely go check out the blog post. Say bye, thanks for watching.
Daddy, thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. Okay, she's gonna go enjoy her waffles. I hope you found this video helpful. If you guys wanna check out my other meal prep videos, I'm gonna link them down below. Lots of great ideas to get your kids trying new foods.